can't slouch too much because I can't see the screen. Yeah.
Oh. So this isn't like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time where you have a time limit to get out.
I mean, maybe, but I think it's mostly implied. Also, you get hit by rocks periodically, or if you're, like, close to the walls. So if you're not careful, you will just die.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two, and she might notice me. What?
Whoa.
Surprise!
Phase out glitch.
And she didn't even notice me murdering her friend.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
So I assume that black eye, if it turns red, that means they notice you.
It, like, slowly fills up unless I run straight in front of them. Also, I've noticed that none of the Fae seem to have hair, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they also have the...
there it is.
Sort of, not tattered ears, but...
Yeah, they're not quite elf ears. I noticed that, too. After you mentioned it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Charge!
Yeah, because otherwise I would have just thought them to be sort of bald dark elves, but...
Okay. Now, this is going to be the first boss battle, so I'm going to quickly switch back to rogue stuff. Because the robes give you mana regen, but not a lot of armor. Actually...
Well, why don't you just wear the armor? Heavier armor, go.
I don't want heavy armor.
Well, not heavy, but the medium.
Yeah, that was my plan. Because I believe the medium armor actually affects... my magic attacks. So I think I'm going to be running around in mostly thief armor. Whereas wizard armor increases my mana regen, but mostly I have to worry about spell cooldown more than anything. Plus I can still cast spells.
Yep. Which is nice. I never really liked fail rates and stuff in D&D, but it makes sense.
Well, it mostly makes sense because wizards are already kind of cheap in D&D. You got to give them some sort of weakness, and if suddenly they can wear the heaviest...
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Ouch, you're getting pummeled this time around.
I'm mostly just dodging in the wrong directions.
I'm glad that they give you a health bar for the enemy.
Once you get the rock troll injured enough, you can start, like, really stun comboing him with your daggers. Yep, here we go. Oh, I didn't even notice there was a health bar for him.
I just mentioned that.
I've fought this guy 6 times already. I've never noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of disappointed you can't, like,
that's fun.
backstab someone.
Oh, wow, right through his mouth, too.
I like that. I wish I could fire lightning spears more often. Oh, right. Gotta loot the troll. I've noticed this game is much more about, like, percent bonuses than a flat boost.
A forest. Oh, it's so pretty. I love color.
Yeah. A lot of games lately have been very gray and brown, but they're starting to inject color back in. I think Naughty Dog's had a pretty good hand in that.
Wow. It's very pretty.
Yeah. And there are plants all over the place that you can harvest for stuff. More or less just like Skyrim, but I think they're a little bit prettier and a little bit more obvious considering the sparklies.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, you can use them to make potions and enchantments and whatnot. I'm not terribly certain.
You're just
bothered with that yet.
Decimating all the...
Yes.
Around the morning gnomes, like...
Another survivor? But I've never seen you in the tower. Were you one of the Professor's assistants in the downstairs projects? Did he escape with you? That sounds like him. Professor Hughes was very thoughtful. I mean, he is very thoughtful. I'm sure he found a way to get out. He must have! Alistair is remote enough that we don't get a lot of visitors. And with our research, fewer visitors means fewer questions. Oh, you mean Agarth? He visits Hughes every once in a while. I never could figure out why they got along. He's friendly enough, if a bit odd. You should be able to find him in Gorhart, just down the road, past the ruins. You can't miss it. We all knew Fomerus was a genius, but I'll admit, even I had my doubts about him being able to bring the dead back to life. Guess the Tuatha weren't very pleased that it worked. I just don't understand the Tuatha. I mean, most Fae aren't violent. The wild ones can be, but no more than any forest animal. But the Tuatha are some sort of cult among the Winter Fae. Before they invaded Erythel, no one could have imagined the Fae ever marching to war. Brilliant idea, the Well of Souls. Plucks dead people out of the ether, rebuilds their body, and brings them back to life. At least that's what it was supposed to do. Guess we'll never know if it worked now. We should be safe here. At least...
I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really have a troll? I don't know how the Tuatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. We started building here when they found Prismeer in the mines nearby. Never thought we'd see Tuatha this far out west, though. Good luck out there.
Thank Matharu, another survivor. Are there any more? I suppose that's a little bit of kindness from fate. May those still trapped inside rest peacefully. The well was a beautiful dream, an end to death, a cure to tragedy. It would have made war pointless. It could have saved the world. We should have known it was too good to exist. Now our friends have paid the price. Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fae do half the things they do?
It would be better if they just ended the conflict and no one had to die in the first place.
Pretty much, that's it for everything everybody says. So,
Ooh, detect hidden.
Yeah, at this point we're in the level up screen. And you have two sets of skill points you get every level. The kind of like trade skills / like passive bonus things that don't really help you in combat, except for stealth. Stealth is helpful for that sort of thing. But I'm not dealing with that right now because I want to put a point into Detect Hidden because it puts little markers on the map where enemies and other characters are and increases the amount of gold I get. So, Detect Hidden, and see? This time, the last time we did this, it wasn't showing us what each skill did, which is very frustrating. So.
Yep. Well, we weren't looking at might, weren't we?
No.
Finesse or sorcery?
The one I think I would want at some point is Harpoon, just because it looks cool. But we want sorcery. We want... What do we want? Do we want Arcane Weaponry? Probably. It lets you do like a charge-up attack.
Interesting.
And like fire stuff. That's good. I like that. Then you can increase the amount of damage you can put out with staves.
Lightning bolt skill, yeah.
And then lightning bolt. So I'm just going to pump them into this for the time being. We need to get 5 to get up to here, but what we really need is somehow to get 20 so we can get the healing spell. Okay. Inventory. I've already gone over this stuff. Yep. So, now that I've put points into...
Is that a deer?
Yes. Yeah, they've got kind of what you would expect for generic wildlife, except for, of course, they remodeled them so they're more interesting. So let's go chase deer until one of them stands still long enough for us to stare it in the face. Yeah. So,
yeah, pretty.
They've got funky shoulders, funky faces, really cool horns.
Skittish, though.
Okay. I want to try something this time.
Oh, is that a bear?
Yeah.
Hmm. It seems to be aware of you.
No, he sees me. The bear isn't.
Oh, so it's the gnome there.
Well, that didn't work out so great.
Ouch.
Well, that worked.
You. I remember you. You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here? When I saw you with Ensel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded. The Well of Souls is bigger than just one gnome's pet project. My contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side. But I don't know how the Tuatha found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt. I promise you, if I knew who it was, I'd tell you. Sharing research is one thing, but academic sabotage is a crime. I never meant for anyone to get hurt. But at this point, what's a little more blood on my hands?
Oh, and now he attacks me.
Wasn't it at 95%?
Yep. I didn't even know you could really fail that.
I suppose it does like a roll of some sort.
Oh. Kablamo. Can I loot him?
Nope.
That's really disappointing. You should be able to fail the persuade and then still loot him.
See, I wonder if he had lived, if he would ever have come into play later.
Well, given by the fact that you can kill him, maybe for like a side quest, but considering this game has so bloody many, I don't think it's that important.
Hmm.